We're diving into the story of a humble 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's shocking the coin world and blowing people's minds, one piggy bank at a time. So grab your jar of spare change, dust off your old coin collection, and maybe, just maybe, you're sitting on a literal fortune. And hey, if you've got a coffee can full of pennies from 2009, don't go anywhere. I've got the juicy details, some laughs along the way, and a wild personal story about the time I thought I found one, but didn't. A little backstory on the 2009 penny. So let's rewind to 2009, shall we? It was the year we were all watching Avatar in 3D, Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift, and, most importantly, the US Mint decided to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday by releasing 4 different designs on the back of the penny. Yep, the OL Lincoln cent got a birthday makeover. It featured designs showing different stages of Abe's life, from a log cabin boy to president. Among these special editions, the Philadelphia Mint, which usually uses no mint mark, produced some pennies with errors or rare variations that turned them into collectibles hotter than grandma's fresh cookies. Cookie and one of these no mint mark 2009 pennies? It recently sold for, drumroll please, $1.9 million at auction. Drum money with wings. Okay, you're probably thinking, why would a 1-cent coin be worth almost $2 million? Here's what makes the 2009 no mint Mark Lincoln penny so special. Rare die errors. Some of these coins were struck with misaligned dies, doubled dies, or had striking anomalies that make them incredibly rare. High-grade condition. The one that sold was graded MS69, Mint State 69, which is basically like a supermodel coin, flawless, photogenic, and ready for close-ups. Low survival numbers. Most pennies get scratched, bent, or passed around so much that the perfect ones are rare. Historical significance. Collectors love the fact that 2009 marked Lincoln's bicentennial, and these pennies are basically birthday souvenirs, worth more than a Tesla. And that one penny? It checked all the boxes. So, about 2 years ago, I was digging through my old coin jar, you know, the one that lives in a shoebox under the bed, because I saw a TikTok saying a penny could be worth thousands. I actually found a 2009 no mint mark penny. My heart was pounding. I was sweating. I ran to my magnifying glass like I was Indiana Jones. Long story short? It was scratched, dinged, and looked like it had been chewed by a raccoon. Weird face. I took it to a coin shop anyway. The guy looked at me and said, "It's worth 1 cent. Maybe 2 if you're lucky." But hey, that's what got me into coin collecting, and now I'm here helping you all avoid the heartbreak. So in a weird way, thank you, useless penny. Want to see if you have a 2009 penny worth life-changing money? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date, meaning it came from the Philly Mint. Look for one of the 4 reverse designs: log cabin, formative years, professional life, or presidency. If it looks promising, get it graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. And please, don't do what I did and rub the penny with a paper towel. That's like giving your rare coin a sandpaper facial. Grinning face with sweat. So there you have it, folks. The 2009 no mint Mark Lincoln penny. A tiny coin that could make you a millionaire if you're lucky enough to find the right one. Next time you see a penny on the ground, don't walk past it. That might just be your golden ticket. Or at least your copper one. Winking face if you found this video helpful or hilarious. Or hopefully both. Smash that like button like you're breaking open a piggy bank. Pig face collision, and subscribe to the channel if you want to learn how to spot valuable coins, avoid rookie mistakes, and maybe turn your pocket change into a retirement plan. I drop weekly videos with money-making tips, collector secrets, and more fun stories. Well, after this video, you might just start checking your spare change like it's the lottery. This little copper coin right here, specifically the 1968 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, could be worth up to $1.8 million today. That's right, a single penny. Worth more than your car, your house, and probably your entire wardrobe combined. Face with tears of joy, pause dramatically. And the wild part? You could have one just chilling in your junk drawer right now, next to expired batteries and mysterious paper clips. Alright, let's dive in. First things first, What's the deal with the 1968 D Lincoln penny? The D stands for Denver, where this coin was minted. Now, millions of these were made, so what makes some of them worth almost $2 million? That's where things get juicy. Direct hit condition is everything. If you've got a 1968 D penny in near perfect condition, what the pros call MS67 red or higher, boom! You're sitting on a gold mine, well, a copper mine. These high-grade coins look like they just came off the press yesterday. Shiny, flawless, and crisp enough to make a coin collector cry tears of joy. There are also minting errors that skyrocket the value. We're talking off-center strikes, double dies, or a missing mint mark when there should be one. If it looks weird, don't toss it, research it. Let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, he's not into coin collecting at all. One day, he's cleaning out his car, finds a nasty old penny under his seat, almost throws it away, but for some reason, he remembers me blabbering about valuable coins over dinner, rolling on the floor laughing, so, instead of tossing it, he brings it to me and says, "Is this worth anything, or can I use it to buy gum?" I check it out, and folks, it was a 1968 D penny. It wasn't in million-dollar condition, but it was worth over $300. From under his seat, raising hands, moral of the story, never underestimate the power of pocket change, and never ignore your nerdy coin collecting friends. Money bag. Now let's talk numbers. A 1968 D penny graded MS67 red sold for $1.8 million at auction. That's not monopoly money, that's real, life-changing cash. The market for rare coins is booming, with collectors willing to drop insane amounts for the rarest finds. Especially if it's in pristine condition and has a fascinating backstory or error. Even if you don't have the top-grade version, lower-grade 1968 D pennies with unique errors or unusual coloration can still snag you hundreds or thousands of dollars. If you want to check your 1968 D penny for value, here's what to look for. Bright red color indicates good preservation, no scratches or dings. Any odd features, like doubled images or missing details. It was minted in Denver. Look for the D below the date. Use gloves when handling it, and definitely avoid cleaning it. A cleaned coin is basically a coin collector's nightmare. If it looks promising, take it to a local coin dealer or get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Those are the big guys in the coin world. So there you have it, one tiny coin, one huge potential payout. The 1968 D Lincoln penny could turn your couch cushions into a retirement plan. So the next time someone says, "It's just a penny," you give them a wink and say, "Yeah, a $1.8 million penny, my friend." If you learned something new, or if you're about to raid your coin jar right now, hit that like button, drop a comment if you have any old coins lying around, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We've got more tips, tricks, and crazy coin facts coming your way. I'll help you turn your pocket change into pure profit, one coin at a time. We literally leave them in car cup holders, couch cushions, and the bottom of our laundry basket. But what if I told you one of those forgotten little pennies could be worth a whopping $1.7 million? That's right, $1.7 million. For a single, rusty, brown coin from 1972 with no mint mark. Now, before you sprint to the nearest piggy bank like it's the lottery, let's break down why this little copper coin is turning regular folks into millionaires, and why you should definitely be checking your change drawer tonight. So, let's take it back to 1972. Nixon was president, bell-bottoms were a thing, and gas was like 36 cents. And somewhere in the US Mint, a few Lincoln cents were struck with something a little off, a doubling on the coin that shouldn't have been there. These weren't mint mistakes like oops, forgot a zero. These were full-on, double vision errors that made Lincoln look like he needed glasses. We're talking double die obverse, a fancy way of saying that the design on the front of the coin was struck twice slightly out of alignment. You'll notice the word Liberty, the date 1972, and the phrase "In God We Trust" all look like they've got a shadow. And no, it's not your eyes, it's the coin. Okay, so here's where things get juicy. Out of the millions of pennies minted in 1972, Only a small batch had this dramatic doubling, and even fewer survived in perfect condition. What sets the $1.7 million penny apart is its mint state, or what collectors call MS-67 red. That's basically the superhero version of a penny. It's flawless, shiny, and still has that deep red copper glow like it just came out of the mint yesterday. The fewer there are in that condition, the more valuable they become. It's like Pokemon cards, but for grown-ups who really like coins. I remember the first time I found a weird-looking penny. I was 12, digging through my grandpa's old coin jar. I wasn't even looking for anything valuable. I just wanted to buy a pack of gum. I pulled out this beat-up 1972 penny with a funny-looking Liberty. Thought it was just worn out. Tossed it aside like it owed me money. Years later, I learned it might have been one of those rare double dies. Yup. Still haven't emotionally recovered from that one. Moral of the story? Check your change. You never know what treasure's been hiding in your junk drawer since Disco died. Here's how to tell if you're sitting on a small fortune instead of just a penny. White heavy check mark. Look for no mint mark under the date. White heavy check mark. Check the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." You want to see clear, strong doubling. White heavy check mark. The date 1972 should also show signs of doubling, especially the 9 and the 2. White heavy check mark. The coin should be in excellent condition, no major scratches, discoloration, or damage. If you think you've got one, don't polish it, don't toss it in a coin machine, and please don't use it to scratch off a lottery ticket. Get it graded by a pro coin service. That's how you turn 1 cent into $1.7 million. Do a happy dance. Contact a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Start shopping for a beach house or that dream barbecue grill you've been eyeing. So, the next time someone tells you, it's just a penny, you tell them, it might be $1 million penny. Thank you very much. And look, coin collecting isn't just for history nerds and grandpas anymore. It's a smart, fun, and potentially very profitable hobby. And best of all, you can start with the change in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting rare coins that could be worth thousands or millions, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. We've got more coin secrets, collecting hacks, and real stories coming your way. Well, my friend, today's video is about to flip your entire coin game upside down, because one ordinary-looking 1977 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is now worth a mind-blowing $1.7 million. Astonish face moneybag. Yep. $1.7 million. From a coin that most people wouldn't even bend over to pick up. Ain't that wild? So if you've got an old coin jar collecting dust, or some spare change in your car's cup holder, it might be time to start digging. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we're diving into today. Alright, let's talk turkey. The 1977 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, hence, no mint mark. That's normal. So what makes one of these little copper beauties worth over $1 million? Well, we're talking about an ultra-rare era coin. Imagine a coin that was struck on the wrong planchet, or one that has doubling, off-centering, or a dramatic die crack. Combine that with pristine condition, what we call MS-68 red or higher in the grading world, and boom, you've got a 7-figure winner. Think of it like the lottery, but shinier. So, how did this unassuming 1977 penny end up on the millionaires list? Well, rumor has it, this particular coin had a unique combo of a rare strike error, near-perfect preservation, and historical value that made collectors go absolutely bananas. It sold in a high-stakes auction where a bidding war broke out faster than a Black Friday TV sale. To put it in perspective, this coin was probably just pocket change once. Maybe even sat under someone's couch cushion during the Carter administration. You want to hear something funny? About a year ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic, like every good grandkid does when they're bribed with cookies, and I found this old mason jar full of coins. And I kid you not, there were like 20 1977 pennies in there. I almost tossed them into a Coinstar machine. But thank the coin gods, something told me to check. None were the jackpot ones, sadly. But I did find one worth about $45 bucks, which ain't bad for something most people forget in their jeans. Alright, here's how you can tell if your 1977 penny is worth a small fortune. No mint mark? That's step 1. That means it was minted in Philly. Bright red color and no scratches? That's a good sign. See anything weird? Like off-centering, double dies, or funky lines? That could be the jackpot error. And finally, get it graded. Seriously, don't just toss it back into your change drawer. Send it to a place like PCGS or NGC and let the pros take a look. Even if it's not the $1 million version, some of these can still sell for $100 to $500 easy, depending on condition. Look, we're not saying every penny is a payday. But what if the one you've had in your wallet since the 70s turns out to be worth $1.7 million? Stranger things have happened. I mean, pineapple on pizza exists, so anything's possible. Pineapple pizza, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because every week I'm dropping tips, tricks, and real stories about coins that turned regular people into rich people. Smash that like button like you're squashing a fake penny scam. Leave a comment if you've got a 1977 penny lying around, and share this video with your cousin who still thinks coins are just junk. Remember, every coin tells a story, and some of them tell $1 million ones. Winking face. We're talking about the legendary 1979 D Lincoln 1-cent penny that's turning heads in the coin collecting world. So grab your coffee, maybe check your couch cushions, and stay tuned, because this little copper coin might just be the golden ticket you've been ignoring. Oh, and stick around to hear about how I accidentally almost spent a rare penny on a vending machine Snickers bar. Grinning face with what true story. Disco is still alive, barely. Gas costs less than $1, and the US Mint is cranking out Lincoln pennies like there's no tomorrow. That year, the Denver Mint, hence the little D mark below the year, produced billions, yes, billions, of these little copper fellas. So why in the world would one of these be worth $1.9 million now? Most 1979 D pennies are worth exactly what you think, 1 cent. But this particular rare version is a mint-era masterpiece struck on a bronze planchet instead of the normal copper-plated zinc in pristine, uncirculated condition. We're talking shiny like it just came out the machine, graded MS67 or higher. That's coin speak for basically perfect. Combine all that rarity with the crazy demand from collectors, and BM. One coin was recently valued at $1.9 million at a private auction. That's like trading a gumball machine coin for a mansion. Smiling face with sunglasses. So if you're now rummaging through your piggy bank, here's what to keep your eyes peeled for. Y heavy checkmark mint mark, tiny, D, under the year Y heavy checkmark color, a deep, rich bronze or copper tone about 3.11 grams, use a digital scale. The cleaner and shinier, the better. Look for double die, off-center strikes, or planchet issues, and remember, if you think you have a rare one, get it professionally graded. PCGS or NGC are your go-to grading companies. Face with tears of joy my near $1 million mistake. Okay, story time. About 5 years ago, I was at the laundromat. You know, minding my business, throwing quarters into a machine, when I reach into my pocket and pull out a penny that looked a bit too nice. It was shiny, heavy, and had that 1979 D mint mark. I thought, oh cool, it's an old one. And I almost used it to buy a Snickers from the vending machine. Grinning face was what. Then something told me, wait, you're into coins. Check it out first. I took it home, weighed it, researched it. Turns out it wasn't the $1 million penny, but it was worth about $1.80. That's still the most expensive candy bar I didn't buy. Chocolate bar money with wings. Coin experts say these rare pennies don't pop up often, but when they do, they make headlines. The key is awareness. You might have already passed one through your hands and never knew it. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who likes rolling up loose change for Coinstar, guilty man raising hand, it literally pays to check every coin. That plain oil penny in your pocket might just be your $1 million miracle. Money mouth face. Check your coins. Weigh them. Look for mint marks. And if you find something special, get it appraised. Don't be like me, almost trading rare coins for candy bars. And hey, If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos where we dive into more coins that could make you rich, or at least make you look super smart at dinner parties. Fork and knife with plate, tell me in the comments, what's the oldest or weirdest coin you've ever found? Let's swap stories. We're diving into the story of the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that's turning heads in the coin collecting world. And get this, it's valued at a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Money bag, money bag, money bag, yes, my friends, a single penny could make you a millionaire. And no, this is not a prank. This is numismatic gold, or should I say, copper, grinning face with smiling eyes. Alright, let's get into the meaty part. But before we go full Indiana Jones on this treasure hunt, let's talk basics. Magnifying glass tilted left, what is the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? So in 1980, the US Mint produced millions, and I mean millions, of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were made in Philadelphia, which traditionally didn't put a mint mark on the coin. So no mint mark doesn't automatically make it rare. But here's the twist. The $1.6 million penny isn't just your average 1980 coin. It's a 1 in a million error or variety, and collectors go wild over this stuff. What makes this penny so special? Well, it could be a rare die error that slipped past quality control eyes, a doubled die where Lincoln's face or the letters look ghosted, or doubled astonished face, or possibly a unique planchet mistake, where the coin was struck on the wrong metal exploding head. These kinds of mistakes, if they're super clean and well preserved, can turn a boring old penny into the Beyoncé of coins. But here's where it gets personal. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was helping my grandma clean out her old cookie tins. You know the kind, the ones that used to have cookies but now somehow hold buttons, paper clips, batteries from 1992, and yep, pennies. Cookie right arrow money bag. I found a whole pile of Lincoln pennies in there. I was about to cash them in at the Coinstar until I remembered reading online about rare pennies from the 60s and 80s. So I sat on the floor, with my back screaming and my cat judging me, and I started checking mint marks like a detective solving a cold case. No mint mark? 1980? Yes. I thought I hit the jackpot. Until I saw it had more scratches than a cat fight in a blender. Upside down face. But hey, that day sparked my passion for coins, and now I help you find treasures of your own. Grinning face with smiling eyes, light bulb. How to tell if you've got the $1.6 million penny? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. That's step 1. High quality condition, preferably uncirculated or graded by a service like PCGS. Doubling on Liberty, or In God We Trust. Weird texture or wrong coloration, a super sharp strike that looks cleaner than most. Got one of these? Don't throw it in a piggy bank, get it appraised. You could be holding a retirement plan in your palm. And remember, even if it's not the $1.6 million version, some 1980 no-mint mark pennies in excellent condition can still fetch $50, $100, even $500 from collectors. That's not bad for something you found under your car seat, right? So here's the deal, friends, check your change. That ordinary penny might be a ticket to an extraordinary payday. And if you're like me, always on the hunt for hidden gems, then this channel's got your back. We've got more episodes coming about coins that look boring but are secretly worth more than your cousin's new truck. Grinning squinting face, backhand index pointing right. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and drop a comment below if you've ever found an old coin that made you stop and say, wait a second, is this worth something? Also, if your grandma has a cookie tin full of coins, maybe offer to help her clean it. You never know what you'll find. Winking face. We're diving into the fascinating, slightly ridiculous, and totally true story of the 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and why one of them sold for $1.6 million. So grab your penny jar and a magnifying glass. This is gonna be good. Direct hit 1. So what's so special about the 1988 no mint mark penny? Alright, so let's get nerdy for a second, in the best way. Most 1988 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and because Philly doesn't always stamp a mint mark on coins, a penny from there will often look totally normal. But, And here's the big but: some rare 1988 pennies were made using the wrong die. Yup, the kind of die that stamps the design onto the coin. Face with monocle, these ultra-rare pennies have what's known as a transitional error. Basically, someone at the mint in 1988 accidentally used a 1989 obverse die, that's the front of the coin, with a 1988 reverse die, that's the back. Oops. And just like that, boom, collision, a penny was born that shouldn't exist. Now you might be thinking, cool story, bro, but how do I know if I've got the golden goose of pennies? White heavy check mark, no mint mark on the front, under the year, white heavy check mark, look closely at the G in God. From In God We Trust and the AM in America. On the back, white heavy check mark if those letters have a certain style or spacing that doesn't match other 1988 pennies. It could be a transitional error penny. White heavy check mark, professional graders and coin nerds call it the 1988 reverse of 1989. You'll definitely want to use a magnifier. Or your kid's science kit microscope. Or squint really hard if you still believe in your 2020's vision from high school. So how did one of these pocket change miracles end up making someone $1.6 million richer? Well, one of these rare error pennies was found in a coin roll by a collector, who probably screamed loud enough to startle the neighbors. They had it authenticated by a grading company, which is like the coin version of getting a diamond certified, and because of its near-perfect condition and rare error, it was auctioned off for over $1.60 million. Money with wings. Imagine turning a single cent into a beach house in Florida. Or 5 Teslas. Or 1.6 million things from the dollar store. Okay, maybe like 1.1 million after taxes. Okay, let me tell you about the time I almost gave away a rare penny. I was at a garage sale last summer, and the guy gave me back change. I looked down and saw this really shiny penny that looked weird. Instead of tossing it in my pocket, I did what every cool coin nerd does. I checked the date and started squinting like I was solving a murder mystery. It turned out to be just a regular penny. Grinning face was wet, but hey, one day it won't be. And when that day comes, I will moonwalk straight to the bank. Point is, check your coins. Don't let your $1 million mistake be buying a soda with a rare penny. Who would have thought a 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth over $1 million? That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's history, mystery, and a treasure hunt all rolled into one. Brain. So next time you find a penny on the sidewalk, don't roll your eyes. Pick it up. Flip it over. Give it a once-over. Because you never know, it could be your $1 million moment. If you had fun today, learned something new, or just want to hear more about coins that can make you rich, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a money-making tip, speech balloon, and tell me in the comments, what's the weirdest or oldest coin you've ever found in your pocket change?